Tonight on 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank, the league races are heating up and we have the big game highlights. We have Terra Nova battling Menlo Atherton, Campo Lindo taking on Clayton Valley, and the Bruce Mahoney game with St. Ignatius and Sacred Heart Cathedral.
We have thrilling volleyball action with Palo Alto and Mountain View, water polo with rivals Campo Lindo and Miramonte, and we jump into the pool with this water polo team as they help the underprivileged play their sport. Stay tuned because it's all next on 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We begin tonight in the West Catholic League as both St. Francis and Valley Christian come into the game with 2-0 league records, but the Lancers lost their starting quarterback in Jack Perry with a knee injury last week, so they're going to be looking to step up this week.
Yeah, they'll have to because Valley Christian is really good again this year. The Warriors like to run the ball, and then they like to run some more. VC led by junior running back Isaiah McIlvain, who's averaging right at 100 yards rushing a game. First place in the Dub Cal on the line at Ron Calcagno Field Friday night. The St. Francis Lancers running onto the field as they host Valley Christian Friday night. The Lancers looking to get on the board first, but Blake Newquist gets the sack as both teams go into the halftime scoreless. Valley Christian trying to get on the board in the third, but the pass is picked by Stanford commit Josh Picola to stop the Warriors' drive. St. Francis takes over from there. Ryan Daly throws it deep to Evan Williams, who makes a nice grab inside the 5-yard line. On the next play, give it to Apeti Fangupo, who powers his way into the end zone. PAT good, and it's 7-0 Lancers. The Warriors trying to answer on their next possession, but Williams beats the receiver to the ball and gets the pick to stop the VC drive again. The Lancers looking to take advantage of the turnover. JT Reed and Anthony Madrigal get to the quarterback for the sack. 7-0 Lancers after 3. Valley Christian on the attack in the fourth. Corey Taylor passes it over the middle to Zachary Laidlaw, who makes the grab to move the chains. That sets it up for Lucas Ramirez, who nails the 30-yard field goal, and it's just a 4-point Lancer lead. Valley Christian gets one final drive late in the game as Taylor connects with Devon Lang for a big gain. The Warriors threatening inside the red zone, but the pass is picked off by Colorado-bound senior Mo Wilmer in the end zone as St. Francis wins at 7-3 over Valley Christian to go to 3-0 in the West Catholic League.
Amador Valley's marching band kicks off the Dons' homecoming game against the Granada Matadors. First quarter, Dominic Mazzotti keeps the ball and dashes through the middle for a huge 46-yard gain that would set up the Dons for a field goal, 3-0 Amador Valley. Moving to the second, Coleman Wiley with the play action pass to Cal Iwanich for a spectacular 51-yard touchdown connection, and the Dons bring their lead to 9. But the Matadors would bounce back. JJ Knight hands it off to Octavio Morales for a 5-yard touchdown. 9-7 Dons. Granada scores again with 3 minutes left in the second. Knight throws a slant to speedster Malini Tia for the 26-yard score. 14-9 Matadors at the half. Granada keeps the momentum going in the third. Knight airs it high up in the air, and Tia with yet another touchdown grab. 21-9 Matadors. Amador Valley tries to rally back in the fourth. Wiley takes it himself down the middle for a much-needed 7-yard score. But Granada leaves no room for error during crunch time. Morales sprints past every single defender for a massive 61-yard gain. Look at that guy go. That would set up the Matadors for a 2-yard touchdown by Morales. Both teams would score again in the fourth, but Granada takes this win 35-23 to improve to 6-1. Morales racking up 185 yards.
The Mountain View Spartans getting ready to take on the undefeated Palo Alto Vikings Thursday night. Mountain View taking an early lead. Ray Turner bumps it to Logan Wynn for the back set to Kiana Manson, 6-3 Spartans. The Vikings take the lead here. Kylie Mize to Rebecca Lim, who bumps it back to Sophia Krugler, who nails that one, 10-8 Pally. And the Vikings go on to take the first. Mallory Cuppy sticks her arms out, getting the ball to Mize, back set for Sienna Brewster, who powers it off the block. 25-17 Pally takes the first. The Spartans strong in the second. Win passes to Audrey Moore, setting it up for Turner, who tools it off the block. 16-10 Mountain View. but Pally stays in it. The Spartans looking to kill it here, but Emma Cahill is there for the block to cut the deficit. The Vikings make a comeback late in the second. Brewster is there for another spectacular block. Pally now up 2-0. And it's all Vikings from there. Mize to Lim to Krugler, who splits the block to give Pally an 11-point lead. And the Pally girls end up sweeping this match. Lim to Mize for a deep set to Ashley Zhu. Just outside the block as Pally remains undefeated in the De Anza division at 8-0.
A great crowd showing up to watch Campo Lindo host crosstown rival Miramonte. Up first, Campo's Garrett Dunn gets the penalty shot to give the Cougs the 1-0 lead. And a few minutes later, Jack Geracius gets the rebound, finds Soren Jensen, and Giorgio Alessandria makes it a 2-0 game. Campo continues the momentum with Marcus Longton going mano-a-mano with the keeper. He wins the battle to put Campo up by 3, and we finish out the first with Alessandria to Dunn, and Miramonte would get on the board in the second quarter with Casey Estes finding Narayan Sharma for the match's first goal. Campo leads at 8-2 at the half. In the third, Tom McGuire sharing this one with Marcus Longton, who fires it in. The Cougs go up by 8. Great teamwork coming from Campo Lindo in this game. McGuire to Jensen, then to Longton for the goal. Miramonte started to rally late in this one. Brady Hoover would get this one past the goalie, but the Cougars would hold on to secure this victory and move ahead into first place in the Diablo Foothill League. Each week, we present the Players of the Week in a rap produced by the Hip Hop Department at the Rikus Center.
The Rikus Center producing an original rap every week based on last week's games. Here are this week's Players of the Week.
Yo, it's Lil Dub coming at you from the Rikus Center in Menlo Park. These are your players of the week. Coming out the East Bay, it's Damari Davis, heating up the field like safari places. With 19 completed passes and 8 carries, he's all over the stat sheet. Dude's game is scary. He threw 2 touchdowns and ran for another. The Pinole Valley Spartans look impossible to cover. Damari helped his team get to 7-0, undefeated in control, not letting it go.
Well, neither is Michael Graham III. When it comes to getting yards, he's no amateur. He ran for 140 for the Delmar Dons. Down the field, he's like Drake, cause he's so far gone. Scoring 3 touchdowns, making 6 tackles, wearing out opponents till they're fully unraveled. It's no doubt he moving with the speed and precision, making his squad a threat in the Santa Teresa division. Yeah, Rikus Center, Cal High Sports. Those are your players of the week. Lil Dub, Big Murph.
Stanford Healthcare brings us great information on sports-related injuries every week.
Here's the 49ers head team physician, Dr. Tim McAdams, with this week's tip.
Synthetic turf has come a long way since the first iteration of AstroTurf in 1965. Gone is the cement-like green surface, and the new generation synthetic turf provides much improved cushion. I'm often asked about the safety of field turf versus natural grass, and the answer is quite complex. While there is some evidence of increased high ankle sprains, midfoot sprains, and ACL injuries on field turf, the results are not conclusive. The thought is that if you plant and cut on artificial turf, there may be very little give and the ligaments are under more stress as compared to natural grass where some of those forces may be dissipated as the foot slides out. Studies are ongoing in the NFL to look at the impact of field surface and cleat type, so stay tuned and we should have more information in the near future.
Coming up, the Block Construction CCS Blockbuster game as Terra Nova takes on Menlo Atherton.
And El Cerrito takes on undefeated Kennedy as 49ers Cal High Sports Report continues.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank could help make it possible. And a dedicated financial partner will be with you every step of the way. See about pre-qualifying today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Defender twice my size. Bring it. Down by 2? I got this. I love this game as much as the pros. I may not play for the Warriors, but I have the same doctors. Teaming up to keep the pros and me at the top of our game.
We got it for you. South County Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
We are back at Levi Stadium with the first full week in the Peninsula Bay League. Menlo Atherton had an opening week win with 4 teams playing their first league contest this week.
Terra Nova comes into their league opener with a perfect 5-0 record and looking to stay perfect against mighty MA. It's our Block Instructions CCS Blockbuster game, and Robert was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
This afternoon's game is an exciting league battle between the 2 top teams in this league. For the Menlo Atherton Bears, look for Daniel Haimuli, one of the top prospects in the entire nation. Daniel, recruited by 25 different teams. He's narrowed it down to 5, but really has his choice of where he will play next year. For Terra Nova, they like to throw the ball. Look for Jared Julian, their quarterback, who's thrown for 650 yards so far this year. He tosses to a variety of receivers, including number 7, Chase McKnight. Should be a thrilling game this afternoon, a big one in the Peninsula League for this afternoon's Block Construction Blockbuster game. All defense in the first half. Look at the Tigers' number 5, Giovanni Borzoni, with an incredible pick to keep the game scoreless. The Bears' number 5, Daniel Haimuli, with a huge hit here. 2-0 MA Bears at the half. Second play of the second half. This is Jaden Barker playing quarterback because of an injury to their starter. Jaden played very well, and this run is good for 80 yards and the first touchdown of the game as the Bears lead it 8-0. Here's Barker now swinging it out to an amazing sophomore, Troy Franklin, who makes the catch, then shows his speed, 55 yards, and it's a 15-0 Menlo Atherton lead early in the third quarter. T-Nova trying to get back into it. Julian back to throw, and he is looking deep, and coming down with it is Mateo Jimenez for the Tigers, but the Tigers did not score because Franklin gets the pick in the end zone here. He is really good. Then right back come the Bears. Barker back to pass, throwing over the middle. A perfect pass hitting senior Malik Johnson in stride, and Malik is pretty fast. He scores, and MA is on its way. Another big play here as Franklin gets the pick at the 1-yard line, and Troy shows why he is one of the top sophomore recruits in the nation. 99 yards with the pick six. As we speed it up, it's only an hour show. Menlo Atherton goes on to win it 30-8. The Bears 2-0 in league and getting healthier every single week.
You know, all of our guys banged up in preseason, so they're coming back next week and the week after, and we'll be 100%. You know, we can go as far as we can go as this team holds us. So, you know, shout out to Coach Adair. He's doing a great job, and without him, we wouldn't be in this position.
Next up, we have the big Kennedy-El Cerrito rivalry. Both teams looking to stay undefeated in league. First quarter after Kennedy 3 and out, Tyler Dixon directing traffic finds Makai Polk over the middle, going untouched. It's 6-0 Gauchos, and Kennedy with the ball back. Cameron Young scrambling out of the pocket, sees pressure, reverses field, goes the other way, heaves the ball down the field, connects with Jason Brooks, who takes it all the way to the 10-yard line, but the Eagles would get stopped at the 1-yard line, and El Cerrito takes over on downs. Gauchos marching down the field on 3rd and long. Dixon drops a dime to Malachi Miller, and El Cerrito makes it a 13-0 game at the half, third quarter. The Eagles on 3rd and long. Young swarmed by defenders for a safety to make it a 15-0 El Cerrito lead, and after the safety, Eagles kick the ball over to Nassim Woods. Woods gets a couple of blocks, turns it up the sideline, switches gears, stiff arms his way into the end zone for a 68-yard return. El Cerrito in control, 22-0. In the fourth quarter, the Gauchos once again driving, but this time it's picked off by Deshaun Turner. Turner runs it back, makes a few really good cuts eluding defenders until he's finally brought down. Young would score from 7 yards out, but the Gauchos take this one 28-6 to improve to 2-0 in league. Dixon with a big game for the Gauchos.
A big student turnout for the Valpo Bullets, the Menlo Knights versus the Sacred Heart Prep Gators. SHP, a steady lead in the first. It's Sarah Linda Millie Muir to Mele Lange on the outside, and that one made some noise to make it 20-15. But Menlo comes back late to take the first. Sienna Houghton makes the tough dig. Hannah Hoffman sets it up for Grace King, and she slams it down for the 25-23 win. The Gators come out hot in the second. Lynn bumps it to Muir, and the freshman setter tips it behind the back for the point. Here's set point for SHP. Elise Foley hits Muir. Muir sets it high, and Ali Polverari taps it just over the double block to take the set 25-23. Both teams giving it their all on the court. SHP on the attack. Here's Muir to Leah Bonifacio. Back to Muir, and the freshman hammers it for the point. But Menlo stays strong on offense. Roxy Carr finds Hoffman, and the freshman tips it into no man's land. The Knights take set 3 by 5. Menlo in control early in the fourth. Carr to Hoffman to Anna Girogassian, and that kill shook the floor. Now watch this play closely. King hits it over the net. It's tipped back to King, who kicks it up in the air. Hoffman on the back set to Houghton, and she puts it away as the Knights cruise to a fourth set win, taking the match 3-1. Menlo remaining undefeated at the top of the West Bay Foothill League at 5-0.
Each week, 49ers Prep and South County Chrysler bring us the Coach of the Week award.
Here's the 49ers two-time Pro Bowl fullback Kyle Juszczyk with this week's announcement.
Hi, I'm 49ers fullback Kyle Juszczyk, here to announce this week's 49ers Prep Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week, presented by U.S. Bank. This week's award goes to Liberty High School head coach Ryan Partridge. It was rivalry week for the Liberty Lions as they face a tough Freedom Falcons team. The Lions won by a score of 55-21 and are now 7-0 on the season. As a part of this award, Liberty High School will receive a $1,000 grant from the 49ers Foundation. Coach Partridge will also be invited to a 49ers practice at the SAP Performance Facility, where he will be presented his award by our head coach, Kyle Shanahan, and be recognized on the field before one of our home games later in the season. Congratulations to head coach Ryan Partridge, this week's Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week.
Coming up, a De Anza Division battle as first place Wilcox takes on Los Gatos.
But first, here's our Cupertino Electric Top 10 Volleyball Power Ranking.
The Rikus Center is well known as an elite athletic training facility, but you might not be aware of all the ways the center touches the lives of our community. In addition to athletic fitness, nature awareness, and creative arts, the Rikus Center offers a diverse community service program, allowing students to gain leadership and life skills, learning the responsibilities of a real work environment, from working with young children to helping veterans with archery. The community service program will teach students the demands of a professional environment while fulfilling their high school's community service requirements.
F Tony, Y Knight, 15-week Y Sif. Y left out, I left ace, C drift. Once he takes one step up, we got him. Stack formation, created our separation, explosive down the sideline.
Play action, Garoppolo dropping. Great catch by Juszczyk. Marquise Goodwin, stone cold Kittle.
We finished those last 5 games playing the best we had all year. Get better or worse, you never stay the same, and we need to make sure we get better. I believe when we go out on the field, we're gonna have a chance to win every single Sunday.
High school sports builds character, builds communities, builds legacies, and Block Construction plays a big part in this, building state-of-the-art athletic facilities all around the Bay Area. With an unwavering commitment to teamwork, innovation, and quality workmanship, Block Construction places great value on dedication, performance, and successful outcomes. Block projects inspire excellence and are a place where memories and legacies are built. Block Construction, we care, we prepare, we perform.
Cheerleading team, and you're watching the 49ers Cow High Sports Report.
The Wilcox Chargers are dominating the De Anza Division with a perfect 6-0 record, 2-0 in league. The Chargers are led by outstanding running back Paul Rosa, who's run for 766 yards this season.
The Los Gatos Wildcats are just one game behind Wilcox, the Cats, with a 4-2 overall record, with senior quarterback Jack Lewis Miller, who's throwing for 609 yards in 6 games. It's undefeated Wilcox at Los Gatos Friday night. The big De Anza Division showdown, it's Los Gatos hosting Wilcox. Right out of the gates, the Wildcats show off their air game. Jack Lewis Miller connects with Charles Debling. Great play there, but the Chargers would block a Cats field goal. There's no score after the first, but that changes in the second quarter as Paul Rosa busts up the middle to put Wilcox up by 6. With seconds remaining in the first half, Wilcox QB Alex Adami rolls left, connects with Rosa. Great blocking by Hunter Bright and Ronnie Rodriguez. It frees up a lane for Rosa, and he turns on the Jets, and there is a home run. You'll see him on the baseball field in the springtime. Back from the half, Los Gatos looking to get on the board. Miller drops back. He scrambles down the far side and dives into the end zone to pull the Cats within 6. But the Chargers answer right back. Alex Adami throws it up the middle. to a wide open Rosa, and Rosa is too fast. He cannot be caught. That's 56 yards to the house, and the Chargers have the 19-6 lead. 2 minutes left in the third. Cats inside the 30. Miller with an open look fires it up the middle to Gian Lageman, who makes the catch for the touchdown, but the Chargers produce on offense. Adami flicks it to Ryan Cooper Jr. on the reverse. Cooper loses a defender, heads for the far side. Touchdown Wilcox. The Chargers hold on to win it 25-19 to stay perfect on the season.
Both teams wearing Play for Prevention stickers to promote mental health awareness. Game action now with Sacred Heart Prep dominating early. This is Walker Seymour passing to Larson Weigel, who fires home the first goal of the match. Later in the first, Kyle Ballack is double teamed, but he gets it to Will Riley, who just beats the shot clock buzzer and scores. More Gators in the first as Weigel rises up like he's going to fire it. Instead, he lofts it over the keeper, and Sacred Heart Prep has a 3-0 lead. All alone on the outside now is Marco Zaveye, and he skips it home, 5-0 Sacred Heart Prep Gators. Menlo fighting to get back into this one. Noah Hausenbold across the cage to Connor McMitchell, who scores, but this one was all Sacred Heart Prep. Riley with a nice move to get an opening shot here, and he scores. And now look closely here as the ball is deflected in front to Andrew Cherukian, who kicks it to himself and then slaps it in. An amazing play there. A Sacred Heart Prep goes on to win big and remain undefeated, handing Menlo just his second loss of the season.
Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of inspirational athletes who have overcome adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Kiara Biagini joins us now with a team charitable event designed to help out their water sports community.
Robert, last weekend, the girls of the Palo Alto Water Polo program put on its second annual Treadathon. Last year, the girls raised money for their program, but this year, the girls wanted to do something a little more charitable with the proceeds. Welcome to the Palo Alto Girls Water Polo second annual Treadathon, an event bringing the community together to raise money for Beyond Barriers Athletic Foundation, a nonprofit trying to make water sports more available to underprivileged young people.
So this is a Treadathon. We're trying to make it into a super fun beach pool party as well. We're raising money for Beyond Barriers Athletic Foundation. So they're a local organization and they do something that connects to what we as a team do.
Oh, we're having such a great time. There's like so much cool food. We have great snacks. We're having a great time in the pool.
The Pali Girls Water Polo team organized the event, raising just over $6,000 for Beyond Barriers. This money will help local underprivileged children form swim and water polo teams and provide aquatic safety lessons.
We're so grateful to the Pali Polo girls for taking time out of their obviously busy schedules. They've stopped to take a moment to put their efforts into supporting children in need in their local underserved neighborhoods. They want to help transform other children's lives through aquatics the way their lives have been transformed. So they're pretty amazing young women.
To raise money, the girls created a campaign page where they urged friends and family to make donations. The beach-themed event was not easy to plan, but the girls said it was worth the hard work.
We definitely spent a lot of time organizing this and putting this together, and it's so nice to see it all come into effect and to know that us having fun and having a fun time with our community and our school is going to have a benefit for other people.
Senior water polo player Chesney Chung explains why this year the Pali girls decided to donate the money instead of fundraising for their own team.
Our community gives so much to, like for instance, Pali is a public school. We have so many sponsors to help us improve and train and practice. So we're trying to give back to our community because they've given so much for us to improve and just play water polo in general.
The Treadathon was a great bonding experience for the team and a wonderful way to have fun and give at the same time.
What a fun event to attend. The girls were so excited to raise money for Beyond Barriers Athletic Foundation. The team hopes to build off of this year and make the next years even bigger and better.
I got to be honest with you. I did not see a lot of treading going on.
Not too much, but they were having fun.
They had a great time.
Yes.
All right, very good.
Further inspirational work, the Pali girls are our Be Human Inspirational Athletes this week. To nominate your favorite inspirational athlete, download the Be Human app in the App Store and use the tag Inspirational Athlete to share what makes your nominees so inspirational. Be Human is humanizing social media. Be human, inspire, and be inspired.
Coming up, our South County Chrysler Game of the Week. It's the oldest rivalry west of the Mississippi as SI takes on Sacred Heart.
And back to the hardwood for Head, Royce, and Bentley as 49ers Cal High Sports Report continues.
The Cordovas felt squeezed by their monthly loan payments, so Tri-Counties Bank home loan specialist Anna Poulin team looked to loosen things up. With suggestions from Anna, they were able to improve their credit scores to qualify for a refinancing solution that paid off their mortgage, car loan, and credit cards with a new lower rate reduced-term home loan, cutting years off the original mortgage and lowering monthly payments by several $100s. Tight squeeze solved. For personalized problem-solving, switch to Tri-Counties Bank. Service with solutions.
Serino Group is committed to giving you the very best service when buying or selling a home, but we're also committed to giving back to the communities we serve. We are encouraged to see the good and uphold it. Serino Group has pledged to give 1% of our gross commissions to charitable and community groups making a positive difference. Serino Group has donated more than $2 million to these groups since the inception of the 1% for Good program in 2012. Go to our website to see the list of recipients. Serino Group, our community is your community.
Hi, Ed Graziani, a founding member of the Serino Group. I'm proud to support high school sports on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pazine in Palo Alto, and I'm proud to support high school athletes on the 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
One Hit Away Foundation is the only nonprofit in the country dedicated to brain healing and brain health resulting from sports-related concussions. We help athletes get better quicker and learn the benefits of brain health. Don't ignore a possible brain injury that can get worse over time if left untreated. Call One Hit Away today and find out what we can do for you, or go to our website at onehitaway.org.
The human's brain uses 15% of the body's blood, 20% of the body's oxygen, and 25% of the body's daily caloric intake. These percentages increase dramatically as the result of the immediate inflammatory and negative metabolic responses from a concussion.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Block Construction, together building greatness. By Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact. By the Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. And by Stanford Healthcare.
We are back at the NBC Sports Studio with the South County Chrysler Game of the Week. This week's game is the Bruce Mahoney game between Sacred Heart Cathedral and St. Ignatius, the game named after two World War II veterans who attended each of the schools.
And this year marks the 126th year the teams have met. The Bruce Mahoney Trophy started in 1947. The game always brings huge crowds and lots of excitement. It's our South County Chrysler Game of the Week, and Aubrey was there.
North Bay sports coverage is brought to you by South County Chrysler of Marin. Sacred Heart Cathedral looking to take the first leg of the Bruce Mahoney series for the second year in a row, but not if SI has anything to say about it. Zach Taylor Smith, a short pass to Matt Rawson, and the Cats would score on the first drive of the game. It's 7-0. SAC with the ball here. Anthony Hurd gets the handoff from Keon Dowling and weaves in and out of the defense for a Fighting Irish first down. 2 minutes left in the first. SHC 3 yards out. Hurd drops his shoulders for the Sacred Heart touchdown to tie it up at 7. SI driving down the field here. Zach Taylor Smith gives it to Mark Biggins. Biggins prances through the defense for a huge 55-yard run to put SI in striking distance on the 1-yard line, and that's when Taylor Smith takes it up the middle for the score, putting the Wildcats up by a touchdown. If you haven't heard of this guy, you're about to know him pretty well. Anthony Hurd trucks a defender, shakes off another for a 36-yard dash. And to finish off the drive, it's Hurd fighting his way into the end zone to make this a tie ball game, 14-all. And SHC would take the first lead of the night with yet another Hurd run, this time from 7 yards out. The PAT is no good, though, and the Irish lead is just 6. St. Ignatius with an answer. Wildcats at midfield. A long throw from Taylor Smith, and Matt Rosen holds onto it to complete the 25-yard pass. Good thing, because a short time later, Taylor Smith a dart to Rawson, and St. Ignatius has the 1-point lead with 7 minutes to go. But here comes another Anthony Hurd run. He was putting pressure on the SID all night long. Watch those legs fly. My goodness. and Sacred Heart Prep trying to take the lead here. Dowling looks left, throws right. LeVar Watkins Jr. makes the catch. 2-point conversion, no good, and the score is 26-20. And SI has time for one more drive, facing 4th and long. The long pass is incomplete, and Sacred Heart Prep wins this one in come-from-behind fashion with a big game from Hurd.
And game 1 of the Bruce Mahoney series goes to the Fighting Irish.
Let's go!
Anthony Hurd, you are our game MVP. Now tell me, you guys hold the trophy for the first time since 2012. Now you guys are 1/3 of the way there. How does it feel?
It feels really great because, you know, it was a team effort. This whole week, we're all watching film as a team. Each of our players had an hour and up on film. We executed what our coaches taught us, so it's feeling great. I'm ready to go have some fun now.
Yeah. All right, Evan. The longest rivalry on the West Coast for private schools. What is it like to play in such a historic game?
Well, you just got to keep your calm. There's a big crowd out here, so you know you feel the pressure, and you just got to keep calm and do your job.
Good, all right. All right, now, Rob. For the past 9 seasons, the winner of the football game has taken home the trophy. Are you guys going to take that home this year?
Oh, absolutely. Our baseball's going to bring it home. Basketball's bringing it home. We're going to sweep this stuff. All right, that's what we're about. That's what we're about.
They're going to sweep it. They're going to sweep it. These are the Fighting Irish, guys. Take us out.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
The Bentley Phoenix taking on the undefeated Head Royce Jayhawks Tuesday night in Lafayette. First set, Elaine Junamulia to Naya Alexander to Aaron Epstein, who angles it away from the block for the Jayhawks kill. Sydney Shaw now bumping to Alexander for Isabella Lapesis, who tools it off the block, and the Jayhawks take the first 25-16. Second set, and it's all Bentley. Parker Reinmeyer connects with Ariana Jackson. Big back set to Katie Gunderman for the monster kill. And now more Bentley. Gunderman to Jackson to Thalia Hunt, who fires it, and that one is not coming back. Bentley takes the set 25-14. The third set was a crazy one. Nicole Chamorro bumps to Jackson, deep to Maddie Shawn, who paints the baseline for the Phoenix 8-7. Bentley bringing the heat. Chamorro to Jackson, one set for Hunt, who nails it to the hardwood, giving the Phoenix a 3-point advantage. But it's all Jayhawks from here. Alexander to Olivia Robarts to Samantha Patterson-Cohout, who goes hard line. Late third now, Patterson-Cohout, Alexander, Asha Johnson for the back row kill. The Jayhawks now up 2-1 as we head into the fourth. Alexander here passing to Robarts, deep set, opposite side to Lapasis, who does what she does best to give Head Royce the 4-point lead. Johnson to Alexander, back to Johnson to end the set 25-16. The Head Royce Lady Jayhawks staying undefeated in the Bay Counties East League. Lapasis leading the way with 17 kills. Once again this season, Lexus of Stevens Creek presents the Volunteer Award, part of the Lexus of Stevens Creek commitment to promoting volunteerism.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Nadia Pace from Bishop O'Dowd Girls Volleyball. Nadia is a teacher's aide at Oakland Freedom Schools, tutoring elementary students, chaperoning field trips, and leading activities to promote an active lifestyle. Nadia talks about why she thinks it's so important to volunteer.
I think it's important for people to volunteer in general because it's just something to give back to the community. It's something to help yourself become a better person, help your morals, and just help everyone.
Coming up to the peninsula we go for Half Moon Bay and Menlo.
And Andrew Hill meets Prospect when 49ers Cal High Sports Report continues. Back at the NBC Sports Studio as we head back to the Bay Division, where Menlo and Half Moon Bay are playing their first league game. Half Moon Bay features sophomore quarterback Tristan Hoffman, who's throwing for 100 yards a game.
Menlo likes to bring the axe when they run the ball. It's Samson Axe, running for 507 yards so far this season. Menlo and Half Moon Bay at Menlo Friday afternoon.
The Menlo Knights getting fired up before the game, hosting Half Moon Bay. The Cougars threatening on their first drive of the game. Tristan Hoffman airs it out to Quinn McCauley, who makes the catch and spins his way to the 6. The Cougars would settle for a field goal, 3-0 HMB. The Cougs on the attack again. Hoffman with the screen pass to Cade Duncan, who avoids 2 defenders, turns on the Gents, and sprints all the way to the 1-yard line. Half Moon Bay would cap off the drive with a touchdown. It's 10-0 Cougars after 1. Half Moon Bay extends their lead in the second. Toss it to Hoffman, who powers his way in for the touchdown. 17-0 Cougars. But Menlo fighting to stay in this game. Kevin Alarcon throws it deep to Kevin Chen, who makes a grab in the end zone. 17-6 HMB, and the Knights get the ball just before halftime, and they made it count. Alarcon connects with Chen, who walks it in for the score. 2-point conversion is good, and it's 17-14 Cougars at the half. Menlo looking for its first lead in the third. Alarcon connects with Dylan Grady, who makes a catch, throws a stiff arm, and makes his way into the end zone as Menlo takes the 20-17 lead. And a short time later, Alarcon passes to Jaden Richardson, and the junior receiver shows off his blazing speed, sprinting past everyone all the way in. 4-6 as Menlo wins it 44-25. Alarcon with 4 touchdowns for the Knights.
Prospect High School celebrating its 50th birthday as Pounce the Panther blows out the candles. Into the first, Amarone Macassini in the shotgun, throwing a bullet deep to Connor Messier, who puts the Panthers on the board 6-0. Andrew Hill fights back. Zeke Jasso scrambling in the backfield and throws it to Ricky Quinones, who brings it inside the 20-yard line before he's finally brought down. Later in the drive, Jasso with the quarterback keeper. Zeke slides to the right and finds an open lane all the way into the end zone for the Andrew Hill touchdown. Late in the first quarter now, a minute left. Jasso hands it off to Quinones, who stays on his feet along the far sidelines, tiptoeing through traffic and into the end zone with the dive. 14-6 Andrew Hill. To the second now, Macassini in the shotgun, dropping back and firing a rocket to Messier, who makes the catch. 2-point conversion good. We're tied at 14-all. Seconds left in the half. Jasso takes this one himself, finding a hole in the D and bringing it just short of the end zone. The Falcons later score on a short TD run, and it's 21-14 Andrew Hill into the lead. Same score in the fourth quarter. Prospect looking for the equalizer, but look at this as the ball is tipped and then picked off by Ben Wong. Big Ben with a huge play for the Falcons as Andrew Hill adds another touchdown and takes the 28-14 win to remain undefeated in the West Valley League.
We head back to the Campolindo pool, this time for some girls water polo against Miramonte. Katie Lyons gets the mats rolling with a penalty shot to give her team the 2-0 lead, and Campolindo gets on the board to finish off the first. A long shot coming from Christina Crum to make it a 2-1 game, but it's Courtney Coleman for Miramonte coming right back in the second to extend the mats lead 3-1. But here come the Lady Cougs. It's a 4-3 lead. Campos, Crum over to Nina Munson to Catherine Hawkins, and she rifles it in to tie the game at 4. Next half, Campo would trail but come back to take the lead with this Hawkins to Zoe Crouch goal. And a few minutes later, Crouch fires it into the back of the net off the penalty shot, and Campo still holds a 7-5 lead. Miramonte receiving this penalty shot, and Lions again capitalizing as the Lady Mats continue to climb the ladder. But the Lady Cougars would hold on late in the fourth quarter to secure this game as Lola Ciruli rockets it in, and Campolindo takes down the defending NorCal champions with a final score of 11-9.
Remember, you can buy the entire game from the games we showed tonight on either DVD or we'll send them to you digitally. Go to 49erscalhighsports.com to order.
And be sure to follow us on social media at 49ers Cal High on Twitter and on Instagram. Don't miss our Instagram story under the Friday Night Lights. Give us a like on our Facebook page and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. We'll let you know when highlights and features you see on tonight's show are uploaded and ready to watch.
Coming up, our Block Construction NCS Blockbuster game. It's the Diablo Foothill League battle with Clayton Valley and Campolindo.
And the first place Logan Colts take on league rival Washington when we come back.
The difference between possible and impossible? It's a person who believes they can, surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
The Rica Center has long been a staple of the Bay Area sports community, offering flexible and adaptable training programs for all ages. Among their most advanced programs is Cornerstone, a training course that combines a group-style training session with one-on-one supervision to optimize the training of its most elite athletes. Beginning each session with a group-based training workout, Cornerstone offers the best of both worlds. Fluid dynamic sessions followed by routine, all the while being assisted by the center's certified coaches.
We got it for you. South County Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
The Diablo Valley League has 3 teams coming into this week with identical 5-1 preseason records, 1-0 in league. 2 of those teams, Clayton Valley and Campo Lindo, meeting this week.
The Clayton Valley Ugly Eagles battled through a very tough preseason schedule before scoring a 46-point win in their first league game last week. Campo features a prolific passing attack and are looking to ground the Eagles in our NCS block construction blockbuster game, and our Austin Manili was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
Tonight we have a classic battle between 2 powerhouse squads, with Clayton Valley hosting Campo Lindo. Junior Grant Harper will be leading the Cougars on offense, who took over the quarterback position this year and has been phenomenal with over 1,300 yards passing while throwing 20 touchdowns this season. But all eyes are on the Sumter brothers, with Logan at quarterback and Carson in the backfield. Both offensive threats who led Clayton Valley to over 3,000 all-purpose yards as a team this year. The battle for first place is on the line in this week's Block Construction Blockbuster Game!
Shout out to the Ugly Eagles cheer squad for helping me out. Thanks, everyone. Harper would get his team started by completing this pass, but just when you think this was going to be a touchdown, Christian Seeley knocks the ball loose and gets picked up by Kyle Sparks, but Clayton Valley would not score later that drive. Campo would get the ball back and forced to kick a field goal, but it's Seeley making plays again to force a turnover on downs. That same drive, Logan Sumter gives us to Makai Gervais, who strolls in for a 25-yard TD, and the Uggs get on the board first. But Campo would fight right back. Khalil Nelson shows off his strength with this TD that ties the game at the half. Then it was all Clayton Valley from here. Gervais will take this one 50 yards, leading to his second rushing touchdown that next play, and the Ugly Eagles lead 14-7. Although defense was really a huge contributor in this game, Clayton Valley would hold down the goal line with Cade Carter, picking this one off to take back possession for Clayton Valley. But would you believe me if I told you that on this next play, Cade Carter would get 100 all-purpose yards with a pick and a touchdown right here in just 45 seconds. This is amazing because Clayton Valley now leads 21-7. Then in the final quarter, we also got to give credit to Gervais, who finishes the night with 3 TDs and 194 yards rushing. Campo will try one last shot at the end zone, but Kyle Sparks is there once again for the pick to add for a team total of 3 turnovers on the night. And Clayton Valley will take this league matchup over Campo Lindo. Gervais explains the second half and finishing the rest of the season strong.
In the beginning of the quarter, we came out kind of slow, so Coach Murph talked to us and showed us our mistakes, and we just picked it up. And we got to work harder and not slack off in practice. We just got to keep doing our thing.
In Concord for the Blockbuster Game, I'm Austin Manili, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
The Washington Huskies traveling up 880 to take on the James Logan Colts Tuesday night. The Colts looking good from the start. Angelina Estrada to Ruby Santos to Taumafa Tuinavai for the point, but Washington looking to keep pace. Leilani Paulman bumps it to Madeline Chateau, who sets it up for Aaron Hashimi, but Logan would go on to take the set. Estrada to Santos to Josefina Tuinavai, and Logan takes the set 25-14 and looking to continue the momentum. Taumafa Tuinavai absolutely crushes that ball. The Huskies come right back, though. Deanna Ortez to Chateau to Paulman, who slams it into the hardwood, but the Colts would go on to take set 2. Malia Irwin over to Santos, who sets it up for Taumafa Tuinavai for the big-time finish, and the Logan defense would come alive in the third as Maxine Arenas leaps up for the block, and the Huskies still battling, though. Paulman to Orta to Camden Albrecht for the kill, but this one belongs to James Logan. Estrada over to Yolanda Barrazo, and she oversets it to Taumafa Tuinavai, who puts it away, and the Colts cruise to a 3-set victory for win number 20 on the season. Each week, the Harker School will celebrate its pursuit of academic excellence with the Scholar Athlete Award. This week, we honor Live Oak quarterback Jonathan Singleton. Jonathan is a superstar on the field and in the classroom. He is a 4.2 GPA.
Very talented guy, brought to you by the Harker School. This week, Harker School congratulates and welcomes its thousands of alumni as Harker's Grand Reunion Weekend is here. The school looks forward to seeing them all at Homecoming Friday night, the Grand Reunion on Saturday, and the Harker Family and Alumni Picnic on Sunday. At Harker, preschool through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. Each week, Adobe brings us a tip on how to use great Adobe products to improve your highlight reel or team video.
Here's this week's Adobe tip.
Creating a ghosting image in Premiere Pro is really easy and quick. Once you have your clip on the timeline, place the same clip on a layer above it. Then move that clip over just a bit to offset it from the first one. In the Effects Control tab, change the opacity to the level that looks best for you. Here I use 50%. You can control the amount of ghosting by moving the top clip left or right. Add a Gaussian blur to soften the image. This cool effect is just another way to use the Adobe Creative Cloud to create great highlight reels and team videos.
Coming up, the battle for the Den as Leland hosts Pioneer.
But first, here's our Cupertino Electric Top 10 Power Rankings for football.
'49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. By South County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Drive a little, save a lot. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. And by the Serino Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Lucy Wiedemeyer.
And I'm Keith Andry.
And we are both brokers with Serino Group. Many of you will remember legendary football coach Charlie Wiedemeyer, my husband, who was a champion of high school sports. And together, Keith and I support high school sports in our Bay Area.
Almaden rivals Leland and Pioneer meeting this week in what they call the Battle of the Den.
The two teams with two outstanding quarterbacks, Leland with junior Cameron Yates and Pioneer with Austin Jobe. Bragging rights on the line at Leland's Pat Tillman Field Friday night.
Big crowd at Leland for this Battle of the Den. Early on, the Leland D looking good as Nate Winicki charging in for the tackle for a loss. Later in the first, Carson Yates at quarterback for the Chargers. He takes it himself. Great blocking by the offensive line. Carson weaving his way through the defense. 68 yards, and the Chargers have a 7-0 lead. Second quarter, same score as Yates fires over the middle, and a terrific catch here by Preston Juke, and that leads to this. As Yates, under heavy pressure, fires towards the end zone, and there to make the catch and dive in is Winicki. A terrific play, and the Chargers take a 20-0 lead. Then hand it to Jesse Cavana. His blockers, Mikey Vallette, Carson North, and Matt Ames leading the way. We call them the Cavana Club. 26-0 Leland. Pioneer coming back in the third. Austin Jobe tossing to Norlando Gomez on the inside screen. That's a nice-looking play. 70 yards for the Mustangs' first score of the night. But Leland comes right back as Cavana races through a big hole by the Cavana Club. 32-6 Leland. Pioneer gets two more scores, the first here by Edgar Valencia, who had a nice game for the Mustangs, but Leland looking stronger every week. Kikoa Lopez gallops home as Leland wins it 40-20. The Chargers now 2-1 in league. A huge game for Carson Yates in the Leland Chargers win.
The Leland girls water polo team is awesome again this season.
The Lady Chargers taking some time to talk about it with Shanberries from 99.7 now at the Rika Center this week.
Hey, we're at the Rika Center in Menlo Park, the premier training facility on the peninsula where goals are achieved. Hey, it's Shan from 99.7 now, here with the ladies of the Leland girls water polo team. Let's go over to Nina. Water polo has to be one of the most intensive sports out there. How do you guys keep your endurance up and all that during the game?
Our coach Eric Rise trains us hard. We have really intense workouts. But it kind of makes it easy when we're all working hard together and kind of training together, because it's easy to just grind it when you're with your teammates who, with this team especially, we've just known each other for so long, so it just makes it so easy to work hard together.
Thank you so much, Nina. Let's go over to Georgia. I got to say a big congratulations to you guys because you're top of the league right now. Tell us about that. That must feel great.
Yeah, it's awesome. So our league is great, and we really put in the effort to try and get there at the top of our league. And so far, we've won B-Vals consistently, and we're trying to do that again and again.
Keep it up, ladies. You guys must be doing something right. Let's go over to Zoe. I like to end with tradition. Give us some traditions that Leland girls water polo team does and what it means to the team.
We really enjoy team bonding, so we do like a lot of stuff together. We like have every once in a while like a practice off randomly. We have team dinners every night before our league games, so that way we're all like together and we're all eating healthy like pasta and like salads. And
Pasta is not healthy, girl, but invite me next time because that's like my kind of food. Well, that sounds awesome and a team I would love to be a part of because I love pasta. It's Shan from 99.7 Now. You can catch me every morning on the Fernando and Greg Show, 6 to 10 a.m. and then 10 to 2. Give it up for the ladies of the Leland Girls Water Polo team.
Chargers on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Chargers! DGDG.com presents the Be Happy Play each week. This is a play in a game this week that made everybody happy. This week's Be Happy Play goes to Sacred Heart Cathedral, the team taking a knee and celebrating its win over St. Ignatius for Game 1 of the Bruce Mahoney series, and they were very happy about it. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. Some great plays this week. We'll see who gets it next.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Rikus Center.
Hi, I'm Andrew Havili. Today's training tip is actually corrective exercises for bench press. So when you want to do a bench press and the bar comes down, we want to make sure this rib cage doesn't flare up. So go ahead and bring the bar down, Jack. And as it comes down, you have to activate your core, pushing it down and out. Bring it back up. Good, again. Another thing you can do is take your hands and actually try to rip the bar in half as you press.
The winner of the Service by Medallion Play of the Week gets a hat, a backpack, and an invitation to our 49ers Prep End of the Season Awards Banquet right here at Levi's Stadium.
We'll show you some really good contenders and then award this week's Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
First up, Elijah Byers and Ben Huang from Andrew Hill team up for an awesome interception. Next up, Leland's Carson Yates with a quarterback keeper, and thanks to some nice blocking and great cuts from Carson, he goes over 70 yards to the end zone. We at Cal High love a nice dig off the foot. Grace King, you got that down, and Menlo gets the point. Nice. At first glance, you're thinking, how can this run possibly end up with a Jaden Barker touchdown? And that is how. Jaden is just way too slick. This next one, though, is our Play of the Week. We have to slow it way down for you. Andrew Cherukian has a defender on him, so he kicks it up and slaps it home for one of the greatest goals you will see. It's our Play of the Week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports Report for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Be sure to join us next week to see the story of not just one athlete facing adversity, but a whole team. We'll see you then.